So Shannon Sharpe, of all people, is talking trash about us now. I'm sorry, this is kind of funny. Listen, I understand everyone right now is like ganging up on us and, taking shots at us. This is how it works, man. Just, it is what it is, Everyone's going to get this shot in against the Bengals here because we're, down bad. And whenever a team's down bad, especially us, everyone in the media has to come together and take a shot. They did it after we lost to the Patriots. Then we played a great game versus the Chiefs. And they were like, oh, we can't take shots no more. And the second we had another bad game, whether it was the Commanders, it could have been any game. Could have been the Commanders, could have been the Panthers, could have been the Ratbirds, could have been anybody. They were automatically going to take shots at us 1,000%. And I think it's funny. I really do. Because it's just how it works in the media. It really is. Any other team could do bad and they're going to just be like, oh, yeah, whatever, Literally, the Jags just lost 47-10. Like, the night that everyone is bashing us for, where we lost 38-33 versus, honestly, a really good young quarterback, the other team that played that night lost by 37 points. And, yeah, no, we're the trash. We're the trash team, okay? So, Shannon Sharpe goes on his soapbox here, and he says, why do Bengals fans still talk so much about the team? Because they haven't won anything. Shut up, win something. Which I find hilarious. First off, this narrative that, like, we were trash talking going into the Commanders game is kind of ridiculous. We really weren't. The only people who were trash talking going into that Commanders game was Cam Taylor-Britt. And I think Zach Taylor even came out and kind of like said, hey, that's not what we're about. You got to stop trash talking. You can't do that. Other than Cam Taylor-Britt, the only other player on our team who has trash talk, the only player, and it's not even a trash talk, was Jamar Chase when he said that, it goes, he didn't say it goes through us. He said that we are the team to beat. That's really all he said. We're the team to beat. And people took that as trash talk, which is not trash talk. That is saying we're a good team, and right now we're getting in our flow. Obviously, the Commanders game sucks. It is what it is. But outside of those two things, we have not trash talked. Okay? And Shannon Sharpe does bring up in this video here of, you're talking about the college level offense. I agree, Shannon. I do. I agree that Cam Taylor-Britt should not be talking trash until, we see what happens. But at the same time, Shannon Sharpe, what you have to realize is that Cam Taylor-Britt over the first 2 weeks was rated as the top coverage corner in the NFL. He had the best coverage grade of any cornerback playing at that time. And yes, he did have a bad game versus the Commanders. But he also had a really great game in an interception versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So I understand, his kind of motive of trash talking because, yes, he's coming off a good game. I agree with you that, he needs to, he needs to stop trash talking. I agree with you there. But at the end of the day, you coming at us, attacking us for really no freaking reason. Like, we're not the team sitting here trash talking every single person possible. And he does go into like, well, the Bengals shouldn't be talking about anything right now with their team. They shouldn't have any room to trash. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, yes, we are in a funk right now. We're in a bad situation right now. We do have an easy schedule. We do. And I know you're like, well, your easy schedule, you're losing the easy games. Yeah. Yes, that is true. But I do believe, and I know some people are going to be like, you're way over optimistic. I do believe this team will get going. Will get going this week. I do believe that. I do believe we will get going this week and we will figure things out. Because again, what I saw last night was that, 2 nights ago, was our offense is okay. Our offense is fine. And once BJ Hill comes back and we get back Sheldon Rankins is going to get back to our interior pass rushing. He's a great interior pass rusher. He was last year. This year, sadly, he got hurt. He'll be back soon. BJ Hill will be back soon. We get those two guys back. McKinley Jackson eventually comes back. We get this defensive line more shored up. Commanders, again, like I said, now they're saying the Commanders are going to win a division. How do we suck if we lost to a team and went toe to toe with a team that now the media is saying they're going to win the division? I believe Shannon Sharpe was the one who said they're going to win the NFC East. So how do we suck if we lost to a team and went back and forth to a team that literally is going to win the division? Like, these counterpoints are so stupid. They really are. They're just so idiotic. And now, this is the next thing that he says. Shannon Sharpe says Joe Burrow didn't play well enough to win. I don't know what this stupid narrative is that for some reason the media is running with. If anyone watched the game versus the Commanders, you 1000% know that defense was fully to blame. That defense couldn't stop a cold. That defense couldn't stop anything, right? And it's not acceptable how they played. They played absolutely atrocious. But to sit here and constantly go at Joe and attack Joe, and he says here, obviously Chris Kennedy said, I'm tired of all these excuses for Joe, and he's been known as Joe hater. I'm so freaking tired of all these attacks on Joe. For what? Guy puts up 3 touchdowns, 374 yards. Any other quarterback, that's a win. Any other team, that's a win. Like, you got to look at the issues. You got to look at the problems. You can't just sit here and have a bias against someone and instantly attack them and say they're the one in the wrong. At the end of the day, the guy in the wrong is very clear, and that's the defense. And yeah, I will admit it's unacceptable, and yes, it was horrendous, but that was the same defense, and I have to remind everybody, because I don't know if they understand this, that was the same defense that in week 2 versus the Kansas City Chiefs had 3 turnovers, if not 4, because of a penalty, and was able to hold Patrick Mahomes and shut down Patrick Mahomes. Like, I know this short-term memory thing based on what just happened is what people want to fixate on and what people want to trash us on and attack us on. But I think we have to remember that this could be just one bad game. And yes, it came at the worst possible point possible. I agree with that. It was the worst scenario possible. But at the end of the day, this is the same defense that played pretty great in week 2. Cam Taylor-Britt's the same cornerback who had the one-handed OBJ pick. And yes, this game has completely tarnished that game in every way possible. But if it wasn't for a fumble for 6 and mixed extra point, which we should have probably won for 2 anyway, we would have beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay? Like, we have to stop using one game and fixating on one game to determine everything. It's not Joe's fault we lost at all. It's partially the blame is Lou Anarumo. The defense is the rest of the blame. Okay? That's how it works. We had a bad game. We did. Okay? We lost by 5 points. We lost by less than a touchdown. Now with the media running with this narrative that the Commanders are going to win the NFC East, they're going to be the best team in the East, and they're going to make the playoffs, and all this other stuff. I love it because it's like, bro, okay, so they're a good team. What are we getting at now? Now the narrative is the Bengals lost to a good team, but the Bengals suck. How? I thought the narrative was we lost to the worst team in football. And now it's the Commanders are a great team, they're going to be a playoff team, and now the Bengals lost to the best team in football. It's stupid. It really is. Okay? And week 1, again, week 1, our defense did not play well. It did not play as bad as the Commanders game. But in week 1, we did have, coming in at halftime, we got a stop on defense. We muffed a punt. We got another stop. We held the Patriots to a field goal. We had a touchdown that was a touchdown that after the game was over, the refs came out and said they were wrong. It was a touchdown, which would have won us the game, obviously. So, yes, we should have won week 1. The referees have said it themselves that they messed up on that. Okay? Tanner Hudson's stupid fumble after that. We shot ourselves in the foot week 1. We did. 100%. Zach Taylor came out and said that, we thought we were going to be up 21-0 in that game really early on, and it was absolutely dog water. Here's how I look at it, right? We have to remember everything that is said and happened. Because you have to take accountability. You have to move forward. You have to use this stuff as a learning tool and not something that's going to hinder you. And we have to, use all this as learning. And we will. We're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to learn from this problem. But we can't sit in this, nest of, oh, woe with me, we suck. And the media will always try to pull you down and put you in that little place because that's how they get money, that's how they get clicks, that's how they get views. And I think a lot of Bengals fans right now are kind of feeding into that and giving them what they want. You can't do that. You really can't. And I know you might say, well, I think we truly suck. We don't. We don't truly suck. Okay, if we truly sucked, then we would lose every single game the rest of the season. We wouldn't have a competitive edge versus the Kansas City Chiefs in back and forth game. We wouldn't. We wouldn't have lost that game or a couple nights ago by 5 points. We would have lost by 50. We would have been the Jacksonville Jaguars losing 47-10. We don't suck. Yes, we're in a very difficult place right now. We have an unfortunate situation. And if our defense would have gotten one stop, we would have said, wow, our defense sucks, but at least we got the win. If Mike Gesicki's touchdown would have counted week 1, we would have said, wow, that sucks, but at least we got the win. Football is a game of anything could happen at any single time. One play can change a game. We got to just relax, get back into our swing of things. Understand, yeah, we're not in a good spot right now, but we are fine. We're going to move forward. This week we're going to go 1-3. I know it sucks. We're going to beat the Ravens. I truly do believe we will. I know it's not, oh, you're not going to beat the Ravens. I don't care what someone says. I don't care what anyone says. Okay? I saw the Ravens also struggle. It's funny, too, because our struggling has really just taken away the struggling for everybody else, apparently. Like, we are the scapegoat for everyone to attack, and I find it hilarious, to be honest. The Ratbirds literally almost lost to the Cowboys. They had a 20-point lead with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they completely blew that lead. I think it was like 28-6 or something, or 22-point lead. They completely blew that, almost lost the game, was one drive away from losing the game to the Cowboys, but they didn't lose. Yeah, and if there was one thing went different in the Commanders game, we wouldn't have lost either, okay? Then week 2, they lost to the Raiders when they were up by 10 points in the fourth quarter with like 13 minutes to go. Absolutely choked that away, loses to the Raiders. They lost to the Chiefs just like we did. But again, like I said, they're not getting crap for that. The Brownies, they got destroyed by the Cowboys. The Cowboys that got beat by the Ravens. Yeah, that team. And then, yes, they won week 2 versus the Broncos. It's the Broncos. And then week 3, they just lost to the Giants. And the Giants are considered the worst team in football. They're number 32 on most power rankings. But yeah, okay. We are the scapegoat. We're the team that people are going to look at and point fingers at because they sucked. Oh God, no. Bengals. We're going to go after the Bengals because the Bengals are the team we have to trash. And I get the Steelers are doing great. They are. But it's just stupid. It's just stupidity. That's all it is. It's just attacking us to attack us. And to Shannon Sharpe's point, we're not talking trash. We're not talking, okay? Being proud of your team and being happy and excited for your team is not trash talking, okay? It's not, oh, you guys shut up because you haven't won anything. That's called being proud of your team, buddy, okay? I know you got a lot of anger in you, bro, but that's just called being a football fan. Yes, trash talking, you can go extreme, and there is times where you can and cannot trash talk. But being proud of your team, thinking you're going to win, thinking you're going to be successful, thinking you're going to win the AFC North, that's just being proud in your team, bro. You got to learn about being proud in something. and not being on IG Live and, you know, being in something else. I don't know. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Peace out.